Hi, my name is Brett Charrington, and it is Earth Day 2020, 50th anniversary of the original Earth Day, and I thought I would take the opportunity to use it as a means to express some ideas that I've had. So this is going to be the first of a series of commentaries on issues that I find important and have opinions on. So stay tuned, and here we go. Well, today is Earth Day, and I'm taking this opportunity to talk to you about the problems we have today and how to think about those problems in a way that will have the most effect on fixing those problems. Now, it is true that these are not easy topics to talk about. People don't like talking about them, but not talking about them is what has led to the situation we have now, and so I'm going to talk about it. Number one is we need to admit to ourselves and everyone else the fact that we have too many people on this planet. Now, some people are going to say that the big crises of the day are the COVID virus, and that's a big one. Climate change, that's a very big one. But in reality, all of the major problems in the world today trace down their roots to global human overpopulation. Now, when you have about 7.8 billion people on the planet, and we have decreased the populations of wildlife and the area of wildlands and the resources that we need and use to sustain our civilization, these are things that can't go on. We are in overshoot, and that term is used to describe how the human population grows to the point where it is past the point of being sustainable. That means you're taking more out of the earth and then can be replenished by natural systems. So, what do we do about this? Well, we have to come to an international consensus that this is a problem. And we have to come to a global cultural resolution that sees having large families as against the greater good. It's not easy. People like big families, people want big families, that people have religious reasons for not controlling their reproduction. They have religious and other reasons why they want to try to control other people's reproduction choices. It's not easy. But, people said that there would be no way that you could do a lot of things that we ended up doing. And there are a bunch of examples of that. One of the most remarkable is the recent seemingly universal, although that's not true, but seemingly universal acceptance of gay marriage. Now, 10 years ago, it was out of the question. There was way too much going against it than for it. And here we are today, where the Supreme Court has called the shots, and in the United States, gay marriage is acceptable. And the world did not end. It was easy enough to make that change, and the people who can't deal with it, well, they're just having to deal with it. So we need to address this. And since we didn't address it back in the 60s when Paul Ehrlich and others were talking about it, we're now way beyond overshoot. 2 to 3 times what the Earth can replenish by some estimates. So we're still adding about 84 million people a year to our global population. 84 million is a whole lot of people, and all those people need to eat, they need a place to live, and all of the other things that make life worth living, they need to, participate in that. Well, our Earth can't handle it. Our Earth can't handle the people we have now. So, on this Earth Day, I am basically saying we need to address this by speaking about it, by letting people know that we are not looking for an edict. We are not looking to do a one-child only plan like China did. What we are trying to do is create a culture of small families. Now, what do I mean by small? 1 child. 2, if you must, but no more than 2. Also, the choice to have none. That will certainly help. And so if we develop a maximum 2-child consensus, our population growth rate will decrease and then turn into a population falling rate, where our global population starts ticking back down towards the, say, 3 to 4 billion total humans on the planet. And as this progresses, what the target population level would be is going to become more clear, and we will be developing in a lot of other ways, and that sustainability will come to pass. It's Earth Day, and we're looking at the planet and thinking, what can we do? Well, talking to people about this, and talking to young people who are in their early stages of even considering their family size. If you talk to people when they're in middle school, high school, and let them get the facts on overpopulation and what their future involvement in those decisions will be, then they can make their own choice. But we've already seen young people who are deciding to have small families or to have no children at all. So it's a very important subject, and I think that if we can wrap our heads around this topic and address it, it will do more for the planet than many of the other tasks that are out there ahead of us. Now, we need those too. We need to decarbonize our economy. We need to increase justice into our economy, and that justice goes in many directions, whether it's housing justice or economic justice or environmental justice or racial justice, or on and on it goes. But as there are plenty of people talking about these important things, I wanted to bring up the one that nobody seems to want to talk about. So please research your internet and find out everything you need to know about the population, how it's growing and how we can turn that around. Thank you.